guys, Pete's Tools, awesome to see you here again. Today I want to talk about the one piece of gear that I really ignore in my workshop, and that's the old air compressor. When you're plasma cutting and it all works fine, it's all good, or you're spray painting, or you're doing some stapling or some nailing or something with your ear nail gun, as long as it works, it's all good. But when it doesn't work, it sucks, eh? So today I'm going to show you how to give your air compressor a little bit of love. I'm going to show you how to change the oil on your air compressor. Anyway guys, same as usual, you like my channel, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment, and let's go and change the oil on the sucker. So here's my old girl, guys. It's done me well over the years. It's probably 5 years old now, and I give it death. And as you can see, it's got crap and shit all over it, and I don't think I've changed the oil in like the last 12 months. I think you're supposed to change it every 6 months or something, and this thing really gets hammered. It's actually starting to make some horrible noises now, so I better change the oil before it's too late, if it isn't already too late. So the first thing I do before I change the oil is run it for a little bit, just get the tank full of air. And it also just makes your oil a bit more, what do they call it? Makes your oil a bit more movable, so it's not so thick in there, you know what I mean? So you can drain it out a little bit easier. It's not so sludgy and glunky, in other words. So the first thing that I would do is just run it until it switches off. Right. Switched off on the auto switch off valve, so at least it's a little bit warmer now. The oil's not as cold as what it was. Next thing I do is turn off the switch so it doesn't restart again, and I'd unplug it as well. So let's just unplug the little beast. Right. Now, before we get onto the oil, I will drain the air tank, which you should be doing every day or every couple of days anyway. I'll just do that now. If you want to know how to do that, I've got a more in-depth video on that. Just look up the top or click in the description down below and it'll be there for you guys. Muff a bit so I can get my hand under there. You can see all that rusty shit coming out of there. So that's about that. The old rusty oil, the rusty water's drained out of it. So we do that back up again, guys. Stop the air from coming out of there, and as you can see, all this horrible rusty water here, yuck, which is what sits in the bottom of your tank, and if you don't clear it out, then you get a whole lot of water in your system. When you're going spray painting your car or whatever you're doing, or you're doing your plasma cutting, and the water goes in the line, and it just craps out on whatever you're doing, and it just makes a horrible mess. So guys, most of these small compressors are all the same. You've got your compressor head, and you've got your motor. Up here we've got the filler cap here. Got the little oil emblem on the top of it, and here is the sight glass. I don't know if you can see that. That oil in here is disgusting. If you can see that, that's half full. I'll see if I can zoom in on it and let you see it. See that line there, guys? It's half full. Can you see that? But it's absolutely black, this oil, so it definitely needs a change, and the bung is here. So what I suggest you do, instead of attacking that with a adjustable wrench, you use the socket wrench to start off with. Unless you've undone it before. If you've undone it before, then it's not so bad. But if it's the first time that you're undoing it, I'd use a socket wrench, because the last thing you want to do, guys, is get on here and strip this, and then you're going to have all sorts of issues undoing it. So if you undo it the first time with a socket wrench, if you have one, of course, and then in future you can use just the adjustable wrench, because it's well, I find it's a lot easier just to grab the adjustable anyway. But for the first time, just do it with the socket wrench. So get your right size here and undo it. Right, nice and loose there. So then, like I say, then you can use the adjustable if you want to, or you can just keep using your socket wrench. But yeah, see, perfectly fine with the adjustable now. And then when you do it back up again, you don't need it that tight. Just tight like that, and then you can just undo it with your adjustable again. That's what I do anyway. I find it a lot easier. But like I say, the first time that you undo it, if you haven't undone it before, try and use a socket wrench, because it grips the nut better, and it won't round off the top of your nut, because you're going to have all sorts of issues then. So once you've loosened this off a little bit, guys, just grab your container that you're going to put your waste oil in. And remember, we've run it so it's a little bit warm, so your oil flows a little bit easier now. So and also have a rag handy, guys. You need a rag in the background there. Right, so this is how I do it. And it's all the same. These machines are all much the same. You'll find it here somewhere. Sometimes you'll find that the compressor head is a little bit further back, and you can't get a container right underneath it. So if that's the case, put a piece of cardboard or something, slide a piece of cardboard under here and just sort of run it into a little V so it runs in here so it doesn't pig out everywhere all over your machine, because you don't want to be doing that, guys. Right, so I've undone that. So we're starting to do the rest by hand, and we'll let the oil come out. Then we're holding that container up there a little bit, just so we don't get too much backwash there. As you can see, that oil is pretty damn disgusting. Wow. And what I also do is just take the filler cap off the top, so we haven't got so much suction in there, so the oil runs out a bit better. We're still coming out with oil, guys. This is quite a big compressor head, really. I don't know if you can see that, guys. I'll see if I can zoom in. Can you see the shit coming out of this thing? Here we go. Now it's just starting to. Can you see the metal in that? See that coming down there? So we'll drain as much of this out as possible. And as you can see now, you can see the sight level here. You can really see it now. So what I do when I fill it up, you see this orange dot in the middle there, you'll have something like that as well. You'll have some indicator on there. So what we do is we put it in the middle of the orange dot. There's not much left in that at all now, as you can see. So while you're still holding it here so we don't make a mess, grab your bung and screw it in again by hand. Make sure you don't cross thread it, guys. Just do it till it's tight with your fingers. And then take your bowl away. Look at that, we didn't make that much of a mess, did we? Not too bad at all, not too bad at all. And once again, do it up with your adjustable wrench if you want to, but it don't have to be that super tight, just so you can get it out next time. That's tight there, and just a little bit for luck. There you go. So that's about it. No special tools are needed really. And I'll give that another wipe like that. And as you can see now, there's nothing in there where it's clear. So let's have a look at this oil and see what we ended up with. So anyway, guys, that's what came out of the machine. It's pretty ugly. Look at this. It's not the best really, and it's not really tacky anymore. It's lost all its viscosity. Viscosity, isn't that a big word? My God, that's a big word for you, Pete. Viscosity. But yeah, so it definitely needs a change. Like I say, this is well overdue for a change. It should have been done months ago. It's probably been 9 months since I changed this, and this gets a lot of work, this little compressor. Anyway, so that's our oil, and make sure you dispose of your oil in the correct way, guys. Don't go tipping it down the drain, because that's really not a good look these days. So oil's full of holes up here, guys, and as you can see here, we're covered in all sorts of crap on here. So what I normally do is this. I'll get a rag or something, and what I'll do is I put my finger over the hole, stop anything going in there, and just wipe round the where you're going to put the oil in, so you don't get contaminants into your pumping head, because that wouldn't really be a good look. Doesn't take much. There you go. So because that hole's quite small, guys, you're going to need a little funnel. You might have to make one out of a soda bottle or something, something with a small neck, but what I did is I just shot into the kitchen and I stole one of the wife's little baking funnels like this, but we won't tell her, eh? So we'll stick them in there. Right. So the oil that I use, guys, is fully synthetic oil, 20 or 30 weight, I recommend, but I like the fully synthetic because it can take a little bit more of a hammering. I'll put some links down below if you want to buy some. And but you can use normal automotive oil, used about the same weight, 20 or 30 weight, but make sure it hasn't got detergent in it, because detergent does funny things to the valves in these heads or something. Anyway, but I've always had a lot of this synthetic oil lying around, so this is just what I use. This is a little funnel, guys. It might take a little bit, but you know, just be a little bit careful so you don't spill it everywhere, and it's only got a little small neck on this funnel, so it will take a while to do it, but anyway, we don't want to have to clean up a bloody mess after ourselves, do we? Because you get a bit bored with that. So just tip it in there a little bit at a time. And all these compressors are different, what amounts of oil they hold. But this is about, I'd say this is about a litre actually in here. So we'll see how we go. There's just over a litre in this bottle. So that looks like it's about halfway now. So we'll take that out. Yep, we're about halfway there now. Taking a little funnel out that I stole. Give them a bit of a wipe down, and also this with your little top where you got it off, just give it a bit of a clean. And we'll put them back in. Then I'll show you where it is on the mark, guys. So here's our mark, and see we've got it just 3/4 there. I'll zoom in and let you have a look. See that? She's about 3/4 up there. See how it's nice and clean now? You can actually see through it rather than that black gunge. So what we'll do is we'll kick it in the guts and see how it goes. Rightio, with our new oil, kick it in the guts, Pete, see what it does. Woohoo! Sounds alright. Perfect. So there you go, guys, as easy as that. Keep the old air tools going. Change the oil every now and then, you might get an extra 2 or 3 years out of the old compressor. Anyway guys, that's about it for the day. If you like my video, subscribe, drop me a like, drop me a comment. We'll see you next week. See ya!